show Steve a good time, but, well, we don't know too much about what he likes. The best thing I know for breaking the ice and getting people acquainted is some good mixer games.
It's a big night.
Hey, kappa, kappa, hey, kappa, kappa, hey.
Before I go, there is one thing I'd like. Do you have a recent case? A case, say, in the last year or two that might be of interest topic, the feature story along with the article. Something a little, with a lot of excitement. You know how it's all right.
Well, this dance hall racket might interest you.
Dance hall racket.
Long story. If you've got the time, I can...
Well, I've got the time. Can I hear the story?
Helen, bring me in the dance hall racket.
Oh, there we go. So, huh. I have no idea how that happened or why that happened. I know it wasn't because I updated this thing, because I haven't updated OBS since before technology in it. Because I have not updated OBS once since yes, wow, the wheels have fallen off. The wheels are just oh, it's so bad. Today is a mood, and that mood is just the mental equivalent of putting a brick in a washing machine and hoping it gets cleaned. Wait, this is the wrong one. That one's the scrambled one I did earlier. But yes, we have sound alerts now, and I am audible, as is the game. Oh my. And we have sound alerts. This is a wonderful thing. But how's everyone doing today? Let me do a round of shout out. Right. Right, that is a known issue for some reason. Which is, there we go. Very sleepy. Same. That was the mood of today. I know, Impa, you were streaming Yu-Gi-Oh for quite a while. And also, you know, it's like a 6-hour time difference. But yeah, first shout out to Chance, who, we were just talking the other night, and I ended up doing the entire sound alert setup on call. Just because. And it was a great time. In fact, yeah, the cards are very distractible and very fun. And when that clears, because I kind of hate how much I've been sucked into Yu-Gi-Oh. Because it went from, oh yeah, I'll give this a try just because a friend's streaming it right now and taking viewers, is being dueled by his viewers. I'll play it, I'll download it just to get destroyed, and it'll be funny. I'm like, oh shoot, I actually kind of like this. Yes, just one more match. It's a Civ 6 of card games. I need to do my dailies. Yeah, I still haven't done. Dailies are always the one thing that I never remember to actually do. Yeah. Yeah, that's one thing. Okay, first of all, what are we doing in Lavender Town? I'm guilty for getting into it passively. Okay, so yes, technically, if you want to look at it that way, you did kind of, just because you got Misty into it, and then I tried to duel her with the thought that I could win, forgetting that she actually knew how to play the game better than me, and because she'd been opening card packs all day, had a much better deck. Then, got me! Hang on, one thing at a time. I'm trying to shout out so many people, and more keep coming in, but I appreciate it so much. First things first, I really have to shout out Ace, who just talking got me into Yu-Gi-Oh! And caused me to stay up at 1 a.m. because I tried to duel a friend and lost, which made me stay up late talking to him. Also, thank you so much for the raid, Kopsy. I hope your stream was well. I saw you're playing, I forget what it was, but it was a really cute game that I saw you streamed earlier. Moment this one clears, I'll shout you out. Well, come in. We also have sound redeem so you can yell at me, which is going to be needed today. Is everyone blaming me for their bad life problems? Well, because the only other option we have is to blame ourselves, and I just can't see me doing that. Well, welcome in. We're trying... There you go. Welcome in. We're trying a challenge run of Pokemon Yellow. Ah, dang it, 55 seconds. Where I am proving that this series has always been completely jank, poorly balanced, and had about as much thought put into the design as a decision you would make at 1 a.m. while drunk. Possibly even playing Yu-Gi-Oh! At the time. Which is to say, we are only going through this game using the Pikachu that you get as a starter, and trying to beat the entire game. With only 3 lives, of which we have only used 1 of them, and just cleared out the Snorlax roadblock from Lavender Town. Also, I suppose for proper... For a proper introduction to the raiders that just came in, I am Eldritch Horror Fred, Eldritch Horror from Beyond This Reality, who discovered an abandoned Blockbuster video, found it was full of games, which was amazing, and decided to make that everyone else's problem. I possess a roll of bread because, honestly, I can't be bothered to do anything else. I think we can... Yes! Shout out God. They are an amazing streamer, does a whole lot of cool craft projects and cute, chill games on stream. They are amazing. Oh wait, I can cut that. And the other thing for this run is because bread is harmful. The best part is I can't tell if you mean the food stuff or just me in particular, or both. It should be fine if you don't consume directly. Right, I am almost out of Thunderbolts. Well, actually, now I'm completely out of Thunderbolts. So I guess what I'm saying, Ace, is that we'll just call it even for you getting everyone into Yu-Gi-Oh! Again. Because I have found... Yeah, just stay that distance away. Ah, but I could not. I could get closer. Hello. Oh, right, he has another Magikarp. I thought for a moment, how did I miss? I'm in your walls, Ace. So if anyone couldn't tell, I spend the entire day pretty much physically and emotionally exhausted, and everyone's paying for that right now, including me. I might fall over halfway through the stream. We're just going to have to see... Well, that's back. We're just going to have to see what happens. No. That's the one thing I learned when setting up sound redeems last night. Okay, I can't tell if that thing take Yu-Gi-Oh! Blame as a compliment my influence. I think I might have to increase the volume on the You Make Me Sad, because I couldn't really test any of these. Oh, level 53. And I think it's also really hard for me to hear because this game is loud. I have shanked it down for streaming for people watching, but for me, I have no volume controls in the way I'm playing it. Yeah, you have a very your bad influence is felt internationally, actually, and it's a wonderful thing. I love it. Yeah, they do have the browser source option, but for whatever reason, it was just outputting everything in the same volume. Not bad. We'll leave it at least like Bethesda game neutral. You know, where it's a lot of good influence, but also just enough bad to keep it up from getting oh wow, that was a crit. It's a fun influence, is what I'm saying. Very fun influence. Why do I keep... So I think I know why, for like 3 times in a row when I was going to cut, I accidentally opened up the backpack. Because even from the first time I played this, I kept on thinking, wow, they could really just get rid of the HMs by, instead of making it a Pokemon move, just like give you a pair of hedge trimmers, a life jacket, and like a crowbar or something for cut, surf, and strength. But instead, I know the vibe behind why they... Oh, 666. Nice. I'm so tired of thought the train Ramsey was Mario. You know? I can see. I'm amazed that they're... The most they've ever done for a Mario reference is there's a TV in somewhere in the game that has a reference to an obscure Mario game of him wearing a bucket on his head. But that's pretty much it that I can think of. A bad influence? I am, though. Yeah, I need to go back to town and heal up, because there's just so many people who are weak against lightning that it is honestly kind of irresponsible for me not to... Wait, did I forget? No. I forgot Pikachu knows Thunder, and it has 10... Yeah! You know, I will say, I think that it's hard to... I can't really say anyone is definitively a bad influence. Like, if you're not doing anything harmful, the most it is just a weird influence. Like, one that you look at and is like, I have been inspired to do so many things I have no idea how I got into. That's honestly the best type. If you're not living your life to confuse and befuddle people around you, just what are you doing with it? Oh, sweet Pidgeotto. Yeah, also the one thing about this game that is very apparent is the level creep for only fighting with one Pokemon. Because I am about as... Just from fighting every trainer alone in the story so far that I've come across is just gotten me to double their level. One of the electrical rat got little barking rat speed there too. Oh yeah, thank you so much for the raid, and thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate it, and yeah, go take care of that. Like, streaming's a whole lot of work, and if you gotta go, then definitely. And good luck with the barking rat. Okay, oh. I was going to say, how many Pidgeys does this person have? And I think the bigger question is, what's going to run out first? Their Pokemon or my Thunder? I think there's something that I don't know why I was thinking about. Okay, maybe my Thunder. Oh my god! Thank you! I don't remember why I was thinking about, like, theories around the Pokemon, like, old Pokemon anime. I think it might have been off of a tirade of, like, how data mining has kind of killed the ability of people to theorize. Like, you don't get... One of the biggest theories for this game was there's a truck by the SS Anne that you can surf to once you get it. And the theory always was that, oh yeah, if you do all these completely unrelated things, like beating the game twice, having these Pokemon in your Hall of Fame at these levels, all this other stuff, you can move the truck and muse underneath it. Which... Oh, dang. Yeah, we're... Retreat! Retreat! But you don't really see all that much anymore, because people, like, data mine the game and say, yeah, no, that's just a hoax, it doesn't exist at all, or it looks like that because there's these things that make it look like it's cut content, and... Like, everyone is just so much more interested in solving the game, which I completely understand why. It's... A lot of these fan theories were, like, regarded as unsolved mysteries for so long. But it also reminded me that you don't get these absolutely wild theories as much anymore. Because one that I heard a while ago for, like, the Pokemon anime is a theory as to, well, how does Ash get fooled by Team Rocket every time they pull a disguise? Like, the first couple times in the first season is understandable, because they just met, but after, like, 20 years of it, you'd think he'd wise up. And the theory is that, oh yeah, Ash has face blindness. That all that they have to do to look like a completely different person to him is change their clothes. With citing things like, he's always surprised in the exact same energy no matter how many times he sees it. All of his friends who travel with him largely keep to the same outfit, probably as an effort not to confuse Ash so much. And most of the time, I think the last thing was that it's usually like his friends don't tell him and make fun of him for not noticing because they don't want to make him feel bad and just play along because it's Team Rocket. They'll just deal with them. Well, that just got me thinking of another wilder theory that kind of makes sense for the games, too. Off of that somehow everyone has facial blindness in the game. Because think about it. At least with old games, the only people who are unique... Ah! Oh, Weeboo! Thank you so much for following! Really appreciate it. How was your stream? And how many U's are in your name? There we go. Everyone go check out Weeboo. She does a whole lot of games that... I was going to say retro, but a variety of games. For use. Citation needed. I see. I'll wait for the next publication to come out to see how many U's are actually on there. Yeah, they're really great. Yeah, I am not only in a suitcase, I got this suitcase is ripped exactly from the game that you were just playing. Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga. I love that game so much. I think I've been... We'll keep you safe in the case. I trust you to keep me safe in the case. I think I've been sitting in this thing since the moment I had a model, or a little before. Yeah, because it was originally to hide the fact that it was a bit awkward that it's just floating in space. Yeah, the Christmas box. This one in particular, which Ace made. Check her out. She does great stuff. It's a wonderful feeling of just streams being about half chilling my friends. But yeah, glad to see you here, Weeboo. Said before, but hope you're doing well. We are just going through this game, bullying the local wildlife. Yeah, and there's never any pressure to make streams or show up and be around. And I appreciate the support and just hanging out with people on other spaces like Twitter and everything. Because this is a Nuzlocke, which I'm giving myself 3 lives for, because I'm only able to use the Pikachu I got as a starter. Nothing else. Just to prove that this series has always been so jank and so weirdly made. And it was going fine right up until I walked right up to the first fight with Blue in front of the Indigo Plateau, unleveled and unprepared. And got my butt handed to me. Oh! The donut's back on fire! That wasn't working before, but it's caught on fire again. Love it! It, to the surprise of everyone, briefly went out, but it's back now. I should probably go back to try to learn Blender. That was something I tried. Like, I did the Blender donut tutorial, and I think mostly completed it. Like, I had some issues with... Thanks for the head slaps. Most effective way to transfer energy from chat to streamer. Like, I got most of the way through it, but then there was a change in the version or something. I just couldn't find the right tutorial. But it's pretty good software. I feel kind of bad of how over-leveled I am. Especially because it seems like everyone has water types or birds down here. Like, another level? It's for very specific... Ah, Goo Engine. Interesting. Yeah, I bet that makes sense that Blender would be a thing, like, that has a bunch of different versions and engines and whatever that... The thing is, I don't know how much I'm going to be doing with it. Like, it's just kind of a thing that I've been thinking of messing around with, but... So here's the thing, that 3D bread, that is exactly what I got it for. And I have, in Blender, a file with... Give me the 3... Fine! Fine then. Let me see if I have Blender on this thing. Actually, where did... There it is. You want the bread? Oh shoot, I should get off the... Open recent... I have to do... I think I can just do display capture. Behold! The bread. I actually think I got the gradient pretty good, but the whole problem is that when I got to rigging the mouth, I'm like, wait, the heck do I do now? And there was just... it just kind of spiraled into, oh, calcium. I can't use it anyway. Into just a general... yeah. Always go... so many bird Pokemon! Yeah, it's just something I didn't know how to proceed with, but... the fun thing of having such a simple model, and this was the intent from when I made it in the first place, it's just easy to make. Like, between emotes being turned around in, like, a day, because it's just circled. Ah, yes, proper. I just closed it out, but that is an old project that hasn't really gone anywhere. How are you doing tonight? Hope you're... wow, everything. Hope you're doing well. I saw you were playing Spiritfarer earlier. That is such a chill game. So... also kind of sad. Ooh, Sploonin'. Pokemon's doing good. We are horrendously over-leveled for the furthest place we can get in the game. We haven't died yet, and I've leveled up twice. Also, everyone seems to have birds, so the biggest problem is that I am running out of attacks. But yeah, how's Sploon going? I am so bad at keeping up with games. Like, I haven't played a game of Splatoon. So, ooh, yeah, go. Hope your silly little tasks are go well, Weeboo, and thank you so much for the work. Appreciate it. Yeah, I haven't played Sploon since 2 or 3 Splatfests ago. I know there's a Salmon Run event going on, but... which I should check out. The funny thing is, like, I could tell from the last time I picked it up for, like, a game or two to create worlds and cause... yes, DMing! That is... I wish you luck and that you have constant inspiration. Hey, Hina, how are you doing? Oh, there's a lot of people here. Hope you're doing well. Things are falling apart, but Alright, we have to copy... hang on, I just clicked a bunch of things and I have no idea what, how, or... ah! Well, welcome in. I hope you're having a good night, or morning for you. But yes, we are doing Pokemon Yellow with only a Pikachu. Because these games are always poorly made, and I want to go on record showing that the sheer problems that the new games have were never really unique. And thank you for the lurk, Chance. Appreciate it. Let me try this one more time. A moment. Okay, that's weird. It doesn't... oh. Wait, I see the problem. I was trying to do a shout-out, and I encountered an ID 10T error. A loose nut between the chair and keyboard. There we go. There is... Thank you for the head slaps, and good luck trying to catch me. Catch rate is abysmal. Yeah, the violence is going to be your best bet for getting anything. You can try all you want. Okay, I completely zoned out, and I don't know if I have managed to defeat, like, 3 birds, or if I've just been missing. Yeah, no problem. I love shouting out my friends, and your streams are always very nice to be in, even if I'm just lurking. Okay, everything is falling apart more than usual. Like, there is a... Yes, always shout out to lurkers. They are quite literally the best. Like, anyone who just shows up and watches the... Oh, random stereotypical VTuber noise. Let me pull up that redeem and see if I can remember what I decided were stereotypical VTuber noises. Alright, where's my dice? It's a... old dice. Ooh, found my dice, and so did the mic. Alright, so we have... Uwu, Arara, or Scuffed ASMR.
Well, that's a 3, so I suppose that this is where I'll be for a hot minute. I full on can't.
Yep.
I have no idea if this sounds nice, but it's worth it because I can't see the screen whatsoever.
I think that's enough of that. Should probably change it out because I think there's a better one than... There's better noises to be made than just get up on the mic for a second. Especially because I'm not sure if it actually works properly. Yeah, but... Yeah, it killed all my points. Proper coming for the bi-monthly dump of all the points. Thanks for redeeming on that. I do find it fun to see what, to be reminded of what all I have on here for redeems. Because I can't wait for all the sound redeems, which I'm going to probably adjust tomorrow, on a game that has a little bit better audio mixing in my favor. Because normally I keep my computer volume at like a 15. It's at 3 now, and it's a little bit too loud. You fighting? Why don't you be ready for battle? Good for you. I don't even know if I'm going in the right direction. I just found a bunch of people looking for... Oh, 4. Looking for a fight, so I guess we're mugging people. I just realized I think I have the badge for Fly, but I don't have the HM yet. Oh yeah, that is the one thing I have found for how poorly balanced, well, not really poorly balanced this game is, how silly a single Pokemon run is. Ham radio here is so powerful. Like, Brock's gym, the first gym in the game, was hard because of ground type. Yeah, earth type? Rock type? I think so. But he has only snowballed in power since then. It is honestly silly how over-leveled I am. I'm probably going to wander up to the Elite Four at, like, max level. You get a chance. This chubby, derpy Pikachu is the storm that is approaching. Oh yeah. Can you also surf? Here's the thing, I don't really remember much about the surfing Pikachu. Oh shit, another level? Oh my god. Oh yeah, I remember that there was versions for both. And it's definitely if you do the, if you let the game sit on the starting screen long enough, it plays through... Oh, shoot. Oh, it plays through an animation of him surfing and flying, which, actually... That opening animation is what inspired both of these Zarataro emotes. I'm pretty sure. And I think there was either like a glitch or it was intentional they could get those. Or it was something with how moves and HMs were handled in Red and Blue. I love that emote. I really should look into it because that's... I know it's a thing that exists because Nintendo themselves keeps on referencing the surfing and flying Pikachu. Because I know you could get with Scarlet and Violet. Oh shoot, there's more. Scarlet Pikachu doesn't have a voice. This one's newer. Hey, sometimes the old versions just get things right that gets lost in later releases. Well, I think in this case it's definitely a reference to the anime, where... Oh, that would be so cool. There was a fan comic that I saw so long ago, because Doduo, the flightless two-headed bird Pokemon, and I think Dotrio too, are technically flying type. Partially because I think flying was supposed to be bird before they changed in development. And I'm like, wait, how does this work? To which the answer was, like Tails, but with his heads. Legendary Pokemon. Yeah, honestly, I'm kind of torn between the games having, like, the voice acting for Pikachu and just the Pokemon cries. Because on one hand, I think it is pretty funny to have them just say their own name. Like, oh, what Pokemon's that? I don't know, why don't you walk up and ask it? It'll tell you. But also, if they didn't have the chiptune cry-like things, we wouldn't have gone diddly whoop from... Oh, dang it, more bikers, I keep on forgetting, from Pokemon Arceus, which I think we'd be worse off with that. Okay, I should probably head back to a town or something. I think at this point it's mostly just like bikers and all the trainers over here have much smaller teams than like fishermen and Pokemon breeders. Let me check the map. I think that's the play. Oh, we are a ways away and from Fuchsia. I think we still have Saffron? Alright, new plan. We're heading backwards to actually finish the gym. Nope. I can... Up here? What is up here? Oh. Just that. Oh, the trainer's reset. This is much harder to get through. Wow, I've completely forgotten what I was talking about. Oh, yeah, let's... Oh, duh, this is the fastest way there. I can probably deposit the Silk Scope and the lift key and a lot of these stuff. But yes, the bike music is such a banger. It's also kind of stuck in my head because I usually use the bike, so I don't hear the route themes as often. But I remember when I was playing the Gen 2 remakes, Soul Silver, that it was so much fun that they included that item that just put on the original Game Boy sounds to it. Like, was the music better? Technically, yes. But just didn't have the same vibe as the old games. It is just something about... I can use these. Won't have any effect. Nah. It's just something about the classic chiptune for the Kanto region that you just have to have it. Ice Heal, Super Repel, Elixir, Awakening, Hyper Potion. I'm assuming the TM10 wasn't anything great. Let's just say legally speaking, the less I say about how I am playing this game, the better. But in all seriousness, this is an emulator, and well, technically, it's actually not even piracy. Like, I own a physical copy of this game, which I remember digging into the laws around emulation. If you have a physical copy of the game, and you're just putting it on a virtual... Said you don't have 8 nuggets. Sorry, but I keep on selling them. I have to fund my poor ideas and bad battle matches somehow. And also, I do not have the bag space to spare. Yeah, like, if you own a physical copy of the game, it's perfectly fine. It's just something that, despite how good emulation and virtual copies of games are, companies just get so butthurt over the fact that it means that they're not able to sell you the exact same game for either a reoccurring subscription every month or a jacked up price when they honestly shouldn't even be in copyright. It is so annoying to me that copyright extends for 75 years. Because that means this game, which was made in the 80s, is still under copyright. Like, you cannot argue that this is... Yeah. Damn Michael Mouse. Because this is a game that really only has relevance as history. Like, showing what the series started at, what they were drawing from, how weird the first one was compared to newer ones, or, more importantly, to document the sheer cultural phenomena that Pokemania was when it first came out. Oh, Silph Goat. But... Ooh, I love the music in here. But because every time a certain mouse is about to go out of copyright, a certain company will sue... And we'll go up the stairs first. Will sue, lobby, and otherwise to get that number increased by another several decades. Hey kid, what are you doing in here? Especially because, in some cases, like with the collector's market, emulation is legitimately the only way to play games. Because like Chibi Robo, which I was playing last week, I think last time I looked at the price on eBay, it was like $300 for a physical copy. Then you also have to shell out money for a GameCube, which I think is $60. If you have a Wii, you could technically use it to play Chibi Robo, except for the problem that the Wii's had a design flaw, which would end up with the laser and the disc reader being blocked up by dust and not reading games. And they'll only bring that to the point with how technology is. It also takes up a lot less space if you just want to play a game. That I could probably have my entire collection on... Well, I'd actually need a bigger thumb drive, because I did find out while messing with some things that I could either have a whole lot of SNES games or Final Fantasy VII on one thumb drive. That game's like 7 gigs. It was across 4 discs when it first released, so yeah. Well, yeah, the bigger thing is that there's... like, games are easily... I think it's pretty easy to see that games have the same cultural impact and importance as, like, films. Something that no one who has anything to do with media conservation or interest in media will argue is not worth preserving. But it's just so hard to preserve them in a way that's publicly accessible. Another level. Oh yeah, I've forgotten how good the Silph-Co background music is. Like, this is... It kind of reminds me of Mega Man 2's Dr. Wily Castle, the first music in that stage, of just how hard it goes. Love it. But unfortunately, you get companies sitting on piles of vaporware. Ooh, Magnemite! I love those. I know just from being able to access games digitally that... Like, I've been able to get my hands on several games. I love Magneton so much. This is a tangent off of that. But I just have to say, peak Pokemon design is 3 little dudes stuck together. Like Doug's Trio and Magneton. Amazing. Peak design there. Yeah, just because I had access to the games and fan resources, I was able to play like the 3 Final Fantasies that were never released in the US. And, well, I haven't beaten them because beating a Final Fantasy game is a whole lot of work. Those games are surprisingly long, and I usually get to a point that I require grinding, which kills me. Kills motivation. But, like, fans translated those games and just put them out there as, hey, here's this game that was never released to the US for you to play. Along with other games that were never released in the US, like Terranigma, released in the EU, never made it to the US because they thought that it wouldn't go over very well. Oh, Pikachu is just getting started. By the end of this game, he is going to be a pudgy monster. Absolutely destroy everything. Okay, I am half tempted to just fast forward this game and see. I'm curious to see when I will get to a point that I can't one-shot Pokemon. Maybe the next gym? Hopefully the next gym? Maybe it won't be till the Elite Four. Because there's also the problem of why Pikachu is so strong, is the way they calculate stats in this game is bonkers. The way it works is you have skill XP, which I mention this almost every time I play it because I can't get over how silly of an idea it is and how broken in practice it becomes. But basically when you fight certain enemies and like you get, instead of EV values that later games use, you just get skill points to that stat. And the more points you have, the higher it increases during a level up. And I'm pretty sure that means that if you just have one Pokemon fighting everything, those skill point values will get to a point that every time you level up, they're essentially maxed out and you're getting much higher stat gains than you would normally. The other thing is that each badge has a skill associated with it that raises the stats associated by a certain amount. I think it's like 12 points. The problem is that it's 20%. Not base points, it's a rolling percentage. Which means, even though like between the last gym and the Elite Four, there's like a 10 or 20 level, I think 20 level jump. It doesn't actually matter because your Pokemon is 20% stronger than it should be. I want to search every floor, make sure I don't miss anything. Oh, teleport. Now, unfortunately with Yellow, because Pokemon Yellow was based off of the anime more, they want to make a re-release that improved on a lot of bugs that were present in the first two games. And they also wanted to throw in several references to the Pokemon anime. It's like you fight Jesse and James several times, and they have their team loadout from the anime, Coughing, Arbrock, and Meowth. But they also, in order to make it feel more like the anime, aside from also making all the gym leaders use the Pokemon they did there, they also made it so that your Pikachu can't evolve. Wait, I'm on the first floor again. Which, from a competitive standpoint, does really weaken it, because it's stuck with the stats of a basic Pikachu. Can't evolve into Raichu or anything. And it doesn't really benefit from the higher stat total that Raichu would have, or the fact that you recalculate stats on evolution. Oh, TM36. Self-destruct! What were you planning on doing with that? I am concerned. But on the other hand, you have a Pikachu following you around. It is, in my opinion, worth it. And if you really wanted to evolve it in this game, there's a workaround where I believe the game would remember your trainer number, or it'd remember the original trainer, and if it didn't match, the Pikachu wouldn't follow you around and wouldn't level, and you would be able to evolve it normally, because the game didn't recognize it as your Pikachu. So you could trade it to a friend, have them evolve it, and trade it back, and boom, Raichu. Oh, hey! The first thing I wasn't able to, one-shot. And also a perfect example of the other thing that's so stupid about this game. Psychic types. Because special is one stat in this game instead of two that it is in later games, they're just gonna buy some. They decided that any Pokemon that was supposed to have high special attack to represent non-physical traits, if it was supposed to hit hard or resist special good, that was driven off of the exact same stat. And since things like Thunder and Thunderbolt, most of the fire moves, most of the elementally coded things that weren't like Flame Punchers or Thunderfang were driven off of special, you had Pokemon an entire type that hit stupid hard, did not get hit hard in return, and just generally clean shop, because they were also strong against a majority of types in the game. Then that one person caught Mewtwo, and things got worse. Things got so much worse, because Mewtwo was designed with Mewtwo was designed to have stupidly high stats. Technically, endgame boss? Yeah, I was surprised too. He hung on by a single HP. No. Well, it's just the high special stat that all psychic types have. Which, again, case in point, psychic types are hard. Dang. Where's the card key? That's what I need. But I have a feeling that that won't happen again in a while. They're going to use some body slams for a bit. I know there's a rest spot somewhere in here. I just hope to find it because, again, it seems the big reason you need a team for this sort of run is just because you run out of moves. Yeah, and then the problem with the Psychic type Pokemon was Psychic is super effective against Poison, and Gen 1 out of 151 Pokemon, I think like 53 or something were Poison type, or dual type with Poison, which is about more than half, well, about a third of the Pokedex that Psychic is strong against based off of one type alone. They were supposed to be weak to Bug and Ghost type, but neither of them had good moves. Most Bug types moves were so weak that they weren't worth using past a certain level. And Ghost type, despite the fact that Ghastly's the only example of a Ghost type in this game, and their Poison type too, only had one damaging move that was fixed damage. Meaning you had a stupidly strong Pokemon that could take a lot of damage, dish out a lot of damage, had no useful weaknesses. Oh, I am not going to be able to do this maze very well. I am already horribly lost. And yeah, they kind of dominated. Pokemon are my loyal soldiers. Good luck with that, dude. Ah, one. I see. Oh. And level 33. They're getting close to closing the level gap. Oh. Never mind. I think we're starting to get to Pokemon I can't just one-shot. We're going to have to double tap now. Darn you. Dude. Rude. They're electronically locked. Card key opens them. It looks like here, maybe, is where I get the card key? That rotten... Oh, I love this guy. The rotten president shouldn't have sent me to the Tisky branch. Love this guy for one reason, and that is just how mad he is about being sent to Russia. Because there's some things that kind of show that they were not really planning on continuing the series past, like, a handful of games. Definitely not to, like, the, 9 generations plus spin-offs of popular trading card game and TV show and physical merchandise that it turned into. Yeah, Gold and Silver were supposed to be the end. There's a lot of references back to the first game, and just kinda supposed to be it. But then it just kinda got stupid popular. And they could not justify, at the very least financially, ending the series there. So, like, after Gold and Silver, they... And... Disky Branch? It's in Russian no man's land. Because they completely dropped, like, the references to real world that were in this game. Of things like, oh yeah, Raichu can... Oh shit, they're guarding on both sides. One of the 4 Rocket Brothers. Good for you. Like Raichu being able to knock out an Indian elephant. The fact that the entire region's just named after the Kanto region of Japan, and guess we're hoping they don't have electric or ground types. Yeah, Vikings live in Minnesota. God, I love that clip so much. There's still Vikings around? Yeah, haven't you ever been to Minnesota? Yeah, and same thing with Lieutenant Surge being directly referred to as an American, and later remakes in the region say, I think he's from Unova. Maybe? But there's just so much in this game, though. Well, you can tell that the idea was supposed to be that this is real world. Pokemon are a recent thing that we're just trying to... Or we've just discovered and trying to understand. Alright, so for Pokemon products. And beyond that, it's like the reality as is of the year the game was released, plus Pokemon. Okay, what floor is this? I don't know, but I do know I need to heal. And then because they didn't say much, they were kind of able to just quietly retcon all this old stuff and act like, no, it was always just in the Pokemon world. There's always all this stuff and plenty of Pokemon all around. Which is funny because each game that adds new Pokemon with like rich storied history is kind of requires you to ignore everything that happened beforehand. Like the one that I remember a lot about how this Pokedex entry is kind of weird is Cyclizar in Scarlet Violet, of how they mentioned like, oh yeah, we have cave paintings showing this Pokemon being ridden for millions of years. Whereas like, okay, why haven't we ever seen any of them imported? Why haven't we seen them being used as transportation as widely as they are in Paldea anywhere else? Or are they just a local thing? Which I think gives a lot of... Oh, I've been here already. Gives a lot of evidence towards my pet theory that is... Pokemon... The Pokemon timeline is Gen 1, Gen 2, massive time paradox caused by all of the time travel BS that is oddly present in the series, which causes Gen 3 to be in a completely different recreated universe. Because there was, in Gen 2, time capsule, which the way you could trade with Gen 1 is the way they I think wanted to phrase it is that, oh yeah, this is someone a couple years ago when Gen 1 games were taking place, put Pokemon in this time capsule, which you can retrieve, and you drop one off instead. But the way they actually explained it was that you're using a time machine to throw a Pokemon back in time for the trade itself. Which I choose to believe means that all the references to reality... Oh, this is a dude? What? Shouldn't be any children here. All the references to real world are intentional, and these games were set IRL plus Pokemon. But because of abusing the time travel from various different periods and sources, like the time capsule trading system, various oddly naturally occurring time rifts that we see later in the series, and all that, easily cause a time paradox from, you know, if you can send one Pokemon back several years, it's only a matter of time before someone who managed to get their hands on a Mew decides, I'm going to send this back a little bit further to see how it goes. And you get a Mew at the beginning of history, which causes Pokemon from being, I don't know what they were going for the vibe in the original, like weird lab things that went wrong, things that just kind of appeared. But I think they do say that, like, Mew has DNA of all Pokemon in it, so, like, an offset of Mew? We get that back far enough in history, and it completely changes the world. Which the later games being a result of, you know, massive temporal paradoxes and time travel shenanigans. Makes sense, because not only do you have, like, a Pokemon that just controls time, Pokemon Arceus was built around the concept of time travel, as was Scarlet and Violet. There's, I'm pretty sure, several, like, anime special things that are based around time travel, and probably some examples that I just don't know off the top of my head. I don't believe that it's just a result of the sheer amount of bad ideas that went into this world early on. But unfortunately, we'll probably never get a confirmation either way. And my big question for this game right now isn't if we will get to level 100. It's at what gym will the leader have the misfortune of having to fight us? Oh, there's the card key. Nice! Ayo. Yeah, you could pull him back out in front of there. What's through here? Bingo! He opens the door. Oh, I've been there. God, the biggest thing is that I just get so lost with all these teleporters that they could easily have hidden a floor in here or made all the teleporters go to unlisted floors, like the 12th and a half floor, the 69th floor. floors that shouldn't even exist. The basement. And I would have no idea. Oh, of course, now that we've got the card key, we're appearing on all the opposite side of all the doors I wanted to get into. Wait, what? Nope, never mind. I'm just horribly lost. Per usual. Oh, hello there. Oh, I think you're the last of the Rocket Brothers we have to fight. Although I'm pretty sure the Rocket Brothers just exist in order to let you know that no, you're going the right direction. You're not horribly lost. See, you're fighting the quirky mini-boss squad. It's fine. Defense 72. Oh my god. Speed 150. Thinking back to what they changed between red, blue, green, and yellow. I know, aside from some of the glitch Pokemon, which may be the last thing we'll do for this game after we become the champions, we'll go down to Cinnabar Island, surf around there for a little bit, and brick the game by catching this game's version of Masingo. Because in Red and Blue, Masingo, which is probably my favorite glitch Pokemon, it was harmless. Like, it would mess up some Hall of Fame data, but nobody really, like, that stuff you could, oh god, the traditional keep talking to them and accidentally keep on healing. It's just a fun thing. A weird glitch of the game trying to access data that it really shouldn't, but again, this game has 0 memory protection and is built like a tank, so it could just load up inventory data like a Pokemon. It's actually kind of beneficial, because it, on a certain slot in your inventory, it would give you like 255 copies of the item on there. So if you had a Master Ball there, did the Masingo glitch, you would essentially be set for the rest of your actual life if you kept on transferring Master Balls out of Yellow into the later games. But because they changed some things in Yellow, and Positive Code works, and in reality they cleaned it up, but now Masingo bricks your game cartridge. Or at the very least, corrupts your save. And you know what? I think that would be the perfect way to go out of this game. Especially because I've never really done much with the glitch Pokemon in the first place. Support Team Rocket more than I support Silph. I feel you there. It, honestly, if the Mafia, if a criminal organization, actually I probably wouldn't. It would be tempting if the Mafia invaded my office and started trying to get company secrets out of the executives. I would definitely laugh, but I don't think I'd join them. Team Rocket said that if I helped them, they'd let me study Pokemon. Ooh, Hyper Potion. Cool. I'm going to go through this because I think it's going to get me higher, closer to the goal. Aha! You! What kept you, Brad? What are you doing here? I thought you'd turn up if I waited here. Guess Team Rocket slowed you down. Not that I care. Saw you in Saffron, so I decided to see if you got better. You sat around during a hostage situation with a strong team to fight me. You, sir, are an idiot. Now I'm going to do on the next one because Sand Slash has Sand Attack and Slash, which usually critically hits. So I want to increase evasiveness next time just because there's like 5 Pokemon. And it's Fire Team, or Fire type. They'll be fine. I think eventually I know that I do want to swap Double Team out with something that raises one of the core stats, because there's another glitch, believe it or not, that every time you raise one of your stats, it reapplies the bonus you get from badges. Which means no matter what move you use, so long as it personally buffs yourself, he's still using potions. Ah, that's adorable. It will raise every single one of your stats. Hey, Cloyster. And I've always thought from the sprites that Cloysters look so cool, but unfortunately you can't get a Shellder in Gen 1. And I think Body Slam. And then the next game I got was Diamond, which also doesn't have them. Hey, level 60! Ah, glorious thing. Another Body Slam. God. I outsped Jolteon. I think they have the second highest speed in the game, like base speed in the game. So if level, they should have higher speed. Yeah, the highest speed's Electrode. Well, Brad, moving on up and ahead. I'm checking my Pokedex. I'm starting to see what's strong and how they evolve. Going to the Pokemon League, boot out Elite Four. Become the world's most powerful trainer. Brad, well, good luck to you. Don't sweat it. Smell ya. Jerk. Hi, you're not Rocket. You came to save us? Oh, thank you. Why do you have this Pokemon for saving me? Nice. Nah. On my left. Very. So there's the Pokedex entry for Lapras says that it's a endangered Pokemon. You know, not in the wild or not found in the wild and all that. And oh hey, it's Team Rocket yet again. Boss is in a meeting. Better not disturb him. Prepare for trouble. And you get like these stories of these guys who remember, or all these players who remember, oh yeah, when I was a kid I read that and thought it was so sad, so when like Crystal or Gold, Silver, Crystal, the breeding mechanic, I made sure to breed a bunch of Laprases and just let them go in the wild. And then eventually, I think by Gen 5 or 6, maybe? The Pokedex entry for Lapras changed and said, due to conservation efforts, this Pokemon is no longer endangered. Meaning, effectively, the players did it. Because I love stories of just players doing silly things like that for no good reason, or because they misunderstood something, or were, you know, kids when they played the game. Ah, Brett, so we meet again. President and I are discussing a vital business proposition. Keep your nose out of grown-up matters, or experience a world of pain. I might have wanted to backtrack and kneel. Now. Oh, he only has 4, it's fine. It's a little bit better when you find out that the developers were aware of what players got up to. Either by, like, complaints of, oh, I hate this, or oh, we all hated this section, we really don't like this character, or we love this, or this line became so memed and popular and just everywhere that they made sure to give some reference to it in the next game. It's just nice to know that there's... Oh, guard spec. Weird. That, like, the community does shape the games that they love. Oh, we'll just hit you with thunder. We will not just hit you with thunder, because evidently you are ground type. Bish. Potion, Max Aether, Hell Elixir, Hyper. Full Restore would be so nice right now. I want to save that. Hyper Potion. Hyper Potion will heal. There we go. Super Potion probably would have done fine. Oh, nice! Wait, what is the typing on a Nidoqueen? Do I have... I'm just going to use one. Please tell me I have a Paralyzed heal. No, of course I don't, because why would I? I'm an electric type. Most moves that paralyze are electric type. Why would I ever have to deal with that? Oh, we survived. Blast it all, ruined our plans for Sylph. But Team Rocket will never fall. Bread, never forget that all Pokemon exist for Team Rocket. Must go, but I shall return. Thank you for saving Sylph. Never forget you saved us, Moment of peril. Thank you in some way. Because I am rich, I can give you anything. Here, maybe this'll do. Nice. Buy that anywhere. Secret prototype Master Ball. Catch any Pokemon without fail. Should be quiet about using it though. I just thought of something. Oh, perfect. Can I check my Pokemon? Charmander, Diglett, Drowsy. I'm gonna swap the Drowsy for Lapras because I'm gonna need that soon. Like, I'm pretty sure Master Balls have been like a super prototype, not available for sale anywhere. You only get one. They're not proven technology, but damn if they work thing. Since the game started, I know that like later games kind of stopped using them. It's like gave you a different thematically appropriate ball instead, but like they have something that really works. How have they not? How is this still not like widely available? Alright, and now oh, I ate some protein. Now we search the building for everything else we've forgotten or missed. Or maybe not, because I still have no idea how this maze works. Oh. I see the bunnies you dropped in chat earlier have done some strength training. And honestly, that is kind of how I'm experiencing this Pikachu right now. Extremely top-heavy. Welcome, Presidents in the boardroom. Nice. Alright. Now we can fight the gym. All that just to go through one gym challenge. Which, that has been my one complaint with the newer games. That they seem to focus so much on the gym challenges as just a thing, that I really kind of miss the weird B-plot. Of like, yeah, we just stormed a corporate headquarters to fight the Mafia in between doing these gyms. Like, everything else... Yo, jam in the making. Stop! Kathy! Thank you so much for the raid! Let me give you a shout out. Quick? Man, once again, all the people who I was thinking of raiding are raiding me first. I really should try to stream earlier, but let's see what you're playing Stardew. How is that? And welcome in, everyone. I hope you have a good stream, and Kathy, if you have to, or really anyone in the raid, if you have to raid and run, streaming's hard work and goes on for a long time, so gotta rest, got something else to do. Thank you so much for dropping by, and I hope you have a good night. And also, hope you had a good stream. The introduction, I am Eldritch Horror Fred, an Eldritch Horror from Beyond This Reality, who found an abandoned Blockbuster video full of classic games, decided, I can make this everyone else's problem on the internet. I can share all of these, and nobody can actually stop me. And I'm possessing a bread roll because, you know, bodies are hard, I am tired, I cannot be bothered, and also nervous systems just don't work. So welcome to the abandoned Blockbuster. The entrance and exit doors both exist, but are not connected to the same doorway. Good luck! We are currently playing Pokemon Yellow, doing a challenge run where I am only going through the game with the starting Pikachu to prove that in light of the new Scarlet Violets being buggy messes, these games were always jank as hell. That no one really, they never knew what they were doing when they were making these games. And so far it is going depressingly well. I thought this was going to be a challenge, but here we are, out-leveling everyone. Also, we have 3 lives, which is what the Pokeballs down in the bottom left are for. We lost one of them very confidently, running right into blue off the bat for the first battle and losing. God, another level. Lost my concentration. I was just thinking about how weird these games are. Especially the earlier ones. Because we have people who were flat out possessed by ghosts. Psychics as a thing. Best of luck solving a game of just Pikachu. Yes, go get some dinner. Hope you have enjoyed it. Thank you so much. I think we can do this. I have a good feeling. Yeah, there's like confirmed ghosts that actually no, they were all Pokemon, they were all Ghastlies. Demonstrable psychics. Teleporters as just part of a modern office complex. Like, that's how they get around in Silph.Co, which we just beat. Really, if they didn't have Pokemon, the setting of the first 2 games, or the first 2 generations, would be a hell of a modern, like, urban fantasy RPG. And I would really love if Gen 10 just fully embraced all the weirdness that was here. Like we're going back to Kanto and they've learned nothing. Because I swear, compared to with every new region that gets released, Kanto as being, as well starting as 1980s modern Japan inspired, and not really having any weird quirks, just makes it weirder and weirder. It's like, it's the setting equivalent of Earth Defense Force classes. Like, you have 4 classes in that game: Ranger, Fencer, Wing Diver, and Air Raider. And how did I get back here? And like, Air Raider has a jetpack. Or, no, Air Raider has airstrikes and vehicles. Wing Diver has the jetpack. Fencer has power armor. The quirk of the Ranger class is that they are just a third-person shooter protagonist, and they play ridiculously typical. Which somehow makes them stand out so much more. It's a weird thing when compared to the rest of the setting, the thing that makes one part of it unique is the fact that it really isn't. But that makes it unique compared to, you know, the regions where mass transit is handled primarily by bird Pokemon just picking up a cab and hoping for the best. Ones where you can get rental Pokemon to do things that all the HMs happen in this game. Places where the battles on the subway system are so common that that's pretty much used for that more than a subway. And you just have here where it's kind of the regional equivalent compared to everyone else of beige soup. Like, they haven't had a group of costume madmen try to flood or dry out the world and defeat it in a climatic battle at the middle of their active volcano. Come on, what are you doing? I love Honor so much. Especially with the Gen 1 sprites. I will stand by that. I think that one of the worst things they did was switch to purely 3D models. And did I beat you? Yes. And not for the, like, reason you'd expect. Like, my big problem with it is that they haven't really updated the battle system to match. Like, they have hundreds of moves, which worked a lot better when a move was essentially a static image on a screen. Like this. But when you move it to 3D, Pokemon Arceus did a good job of making the moves look believable and interesting in a 3D environment. But Scarlet Violet kind of didn't. There's a lot of jank that can be introduced with that system, whereas a sprite system is simpler, a lot more expressive. I honestly think that some of the Gen 1 sprites in this game, even blown up to this degree, look a lot better than the 3D models in Scarlet and Violet. And the other problem is lighting, especially with Gen 1 models. Some have had enough care or close enough to real animals, which most newer Pokemon are, unless they're throwback to and referencing Gen 1 specifically, that they were able to make the jump from 2D to 3D perfectly fine. I'm going to go to a Pokemon Center just to get more uses of Thunderbolt. But then you get ones like Haunter, which are conceptually weird to animate. They're supposed to be like gas balls, which you could do that, but also Gen 1 used a much older style for its Pokemon designs. And like, if you play Arceus or Scarlet Violet, like the newest ones, it's really easy to see Gen 1 Pokemon. Like, even if you know nothing about Pokemon and you lined up like five Pokemon from Gen 6 on, and one like Slowbro or Slowpoke, something like that, and said, which one of these do you think was made first? It's pretty easy to pick out the soft, squishy pink thing, or a Ghastly with the very much 90s style anime eyes. Like a Voltorb or Electrode, which It's like a weird mixture of... Okay, I think I've fought everyone. I'm just horribly lost. Like just a... Oh! Okay then. Had psychic power since I was a child. First learned to bend spoons with my mind. It's like fighting, but if you wish, I'll show you my powers. But that's like a bigger problem, animation drift, which you see a lot more in the anime. Because, you know, it's lived through like 3 or 4 styles right now. Which I find hilarious, that Ash, I think Ash looks younger when he won his league championship in the latest series than he did when he started out, just because the animation style changed to make him a little bit more, like it changed from the more sharp edges that a lot of 90s stuff had to a lot more softer style. Body slamming. Holy! Thank you for the crit. Thank you so much for the crit. Abracadabra Alakazam. But sprites, you can kind of merge the... I feel like you can merge the style a bit better with sprites and sprite work than you can with 3D models. Especially because with a style like this, you can control the lighting a bit more. Some things don't really look like right because of how the lighting realistically interacts with the surface. But sprites, you can force a perspective, essentially force things to always show their good side. And, you know, the other thing is that... Oh, dang it, now I have to get out of here? This is where the real challenge starts. I think it was like here to here to... here to... here? To here. Okay, I know there's an exit in this room. You cannot detain me here. Oh my god. Okay, what? Oh, right, we have Fuchsia City, Cinnabar, and then back to the beginning. Let's do a quick save. Yeah, the other thing is that, in my opinion, Game Freak has proven that they really cannot handle the process of a fully 3D game. There's just too many glitches and bugs that in Scarlet and Violet that, compared to Arceus, where they actually did send some work off to another studio, you could kind of tell that when they tried to do it all in-house, it did not go well. And also, sprite-based games are usually two-dimensional. At least for the style of Pokemon. Because you could, I suppose, you could do a 3D game with 2D sprites. Actually, a lot of games use that for one specific technique. If you're trying to render something in 3D from far away, that takes an unnecessary amount of processing power for something that the player will never see. So they use this this technique, if I remember right, it's called signposting or billboarding. something along that effect, which is if you have a tree at the edge of your view distance, instead of rendering the full tree, you instead take a 2D sprite of that tree at like a cross, like a X shape with two of them, and then display that. Because at that distance, it's going to look just as real as if you put in all 100 plus polygons per tree. Actually, 100,000 plus. 100 plus is a bit low for a modern game for anything. And it actually works really well. It saves up processing power, which means your game won't lag. It gives something that's... I missed you the first time here? That doesn't sound right. Yeah, it saves up processing power. It looks just as good. And nobody can tell. And of course, the other example, Doom, which is famous for being essentially as 3D as Super Mario World. Because that is just textures being scaled and fighting enemies and sprites. There's not a single 3D model in that game that you play as, shoot at, or shoot with. Also, I'd just love to say that the thematic typing of all the teams I love so much, because the bikers all have coughings, which I'm pretty sure live in their exhaust. And I think also, like, them and other punks have more poisonous things, like Grimers and, like, the Grimer line and coughing line, which I just love for some reason. Man, I would love to see... Well, I'm actually conflicted about this now after what I said, because I do think that these games looked their best visually when they focused mostly on sprites. However, that being said, Arceus was so much fun. That game reminded me of how I felt playing this game, of discovering things, figuring out, oh, this is how I do this. Or, ooh, what's that Pokemon? I want to know what its entry is. Or, ooh, how do I find that? How do I evolve this? Like, the whole loop of discovery and exploration that I had not felt in a Pokemon game since the first one I played. But I would love to see, not even for Pokemon, just in general, a lot of games have, especially old ones, have in their, like, manuals or concept art or promotional materials, visuals of the game that are done in a more manga style or a lot more artistic or realistic. It's like comparing the concept art of Mega Man 1, especially the American release, which did not really understand what the vibe for Mega Man was, and what was in the manual. It was completely different. And I bring up Mega Man for the fact that Mega Man 11 is really the inspiration for this, for what it does, because all the enemies, set pieces, and characters look like the old manual art. Like, they full-on were able to finally, with the same style as Mega Man 2, or, yeah, 2 is a good one. 2 is the one everyone remembers. Same style of gameplay, run, jump, try not to get hit, die on spikes 5 times, and start the level back from beginning. at least for me. But they were able to realize the concept art, which I think is so cool. And I really recommend that you search up and look at some of the original concept art for this game, because and I am a sucker for the era of anime and manga of like 80s, 90s. I mean, you can tell from the sound alerts, I have Trigun on there, and that is peak 80s, 90s anime. But I would, and this has been stuck in my head ever since I saw someone make a mock-up video of what Arceus would look like as a remake of Yellow in the concept art style for this game, where it's just so 90s. I'd love to see that style of remake for more things. Like, or at least a remake that leans into, this is the artistic style that would have been amazing at the time, and what they showed in the manual, but was not able to realize because of the technology. Or this is something that fits the vibe of the game, but not really the original art, like what they did with Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. The remake of that in the diorama, plasticky style with the original isometric viewpoint being recreated, that was so cool. Especially once people were able to grab control of the camera and see, like, oh, the way they accomplish that is everyone is standing at a 45-degree angle in the direction to the camera. And I mean, I suppose it's a similar thing as why I got so hooked into Hi-Fi Rush. The only reason I have not beaten that game yet is because, like, the week after I got it, I got hit by this weird wave of fatigue, of constant fatigue, which I'm still kind of dealing with right now, but you know what? Actually forcing myself to go and do things helps a lot with it. So, yeah, I'm fine. But I physically could not sit at my desk for a while. I was so tired, and trying to, like, sit up straight and not fall out of the chair was kind of impossible. I could not do it. Yeah, the only reason I couldn't play that game was because I physically was unable. But I got so taken with it just from the art style alone. Because they could have gone for some sort of photorealistic, well, not photorealistic. Rhythm games don't really lend themselves to that. But something a bit more, a lot less cartoony. But instead they leaned into the cell shading aspects of it. How, I don't know how to phrase it, but they leaned into cartoon physics, slapstick stylings, and the whole shebang there. And it's not really graphically intensive in the way that a lot of modern games are. But what they were able to do is raise a question of when are the cutscenes in engine, and when are we doing a higher quality animation for them? Because there are some stages where there's one It's one set piece where you're like grinding a rail. You go through some smoke. It transfers to a animated cutscene, which ends. Oh, that sucks for him. Then when that cutscene ends, you go through some more smoke, and you're right back into the action, and there's no loading screen. There's no indication that it loaded up a cutscene and is playing it, other than the shift in art style, which is slight enough that you can be forgiven for not noticing that you entered a cutscene at first. Like, I just wish there were more games like that focus was on higher stylization, but more in-engine cutscenes that look great. Because I'm just saying, like, if you look at the Uncharted series between 1, 2, 3, and 4, when I played 1, everyone in my family was like, oh wow, this is playing a movie, or oh shoot, I just died because I didn't realize the cutscene ended. I thought it was still going, it looked just like it. And then we come back after playing 4 and like, huh, this looks kinda plastic. Kind of unimpressive. But nowadays, they could probably hit a middle ground with like Uncharted 2 or 3. And hell, actually no, because they put in a bunch of small details and weird realistic physics for 4, which unfortunately for a style of game like Uncharted, which is designed to be highly realistic and going for photorealism, one of the problems is that they can't really do super high quality in-engine cutscenes. Well, I suppose that actually all of their cutscenes are in-engine. But the quality depends on how good they're able to render just through regular gameplay. Granted, they can, because they don't have to render quite so many things, they can increase details and set pieces and whatnot, but the base problem with that is for photorealistic games, the quality of the base model that is used in gameplay kind of dictates how good the cutscenes can be. On the opposite end of it, there's like Final Fantasy VII, which the original I love so much for this, because in normal gameplay you have your entire party has like, I don't know, 10 polygons to share, and most of them are located in Barrett's forearms. But then you get to the in-engine cutscenes, which reminds you that, oh yeah, Square Enix worked on Full Metal Alchemist when that came out. They once challenged their workers to animate, do a full motion video of a petticoat made entirely of belts. To which the animator said, hell no, we're not showing this character from below the waist because of this. Still my favorite Final Fantasy X fact. And they actually know how to animate. They just did not have the processing power to do their very high quality cutscene animations during regular gameplay. My god, how many people are on this route wanting to fight? The answer is probably a few more than I have PowerPoints to deal with. It better be less than 7, dang it. I just realized I still haven't found Fly HM, and I probably should get that. You know, moves like Earthquake don't have any effects on birds. Yes. Okay, okay, we're almost there. Okay. Next. Actually, does anyone know off the top of their heads in Gen 1 where the fly? Oh, I remember where it is. Never mind. It's behind Cycling Road. There's a bush you can cut. And it's kind of a secret, but oh dang, I wish I remembered this when I was back up near the start point of Cycling Road. Because I've accidentally put myself at the bottom of it, which means I have to climb up. Ah! As somebody who does road biking as like recreational sport, I find it so funny that the game expects you to think, oh yeah, Cycling Road, this is perfectly fine, an uphill stretch. No. Anyone who has done any biking for a sizable distance, which I'm really hoping this summer that I can get back into a point where I can just bike to downtown near a city, because that kills me a bit, but it's kind of fun. Please die in 3 hits. But the worst bike path, okay, I think I can do this. I just have to get really lucky. I am getting really lucky. I have not met a single biker who would love and now out 15. Excuse me for a while while I do whatever the heck this is. I have learned from the one time I spent almost an hour fighting a Wynot with another Wynot, both of which don't have any naturally occurring attacks. They're all counters. Oh, thank God. We made it. They're all counter attackers. And that took so long that I am just going to keep on fast forwarding through any of that hot nonsense. Alright, heal me up. I'll no shame just fast forward to that, because I don't want to be sitting here that long again. Also, I'll be back in a moment. I have to go do something quick.
Just what do you expect after 25 years? Come on in, son, and make yourself at home.
Alright, back. Problem was, got some mini donuts earlier that I was feeling a bit snacky, but due to the fact, but I also got a while ago plant. The small little plant for the middle of my table. It's in like a weird little hydroponic jar. It is horribly lopsided. I didn't realize this until I took off like the plastic wrapping that came around the root bulb that it came with. And it immediately tipped over. So I was using the donuts to keep the plant propped up naturally. Okay. How's your stream? Thank you so much for rating. And Biloxi, thank you so much for following. I really appreciate that. Let me shout you out real quick. And you were playing the new Yakuza. It seems very fun. Nice. That is good to hear. That is on the list for games I'm resisting to buy. It looked really good. And thank you so much for rating it. No, you just got out of a long stream, so if you have to raid and run, get a snack, get some water, do what you need to, go right ahead, and thank you so much for rating. For everyone who raided in, welcome. I am Eldritch Horror Fred, an Eldritch Horror from beyond this reality, who found a pile of old games in an abandoned Blockbuster video, and let my curiosity get the better of me. So now, I am everyone else's problem, as I stream all these old retro games I can find. And welcome in. Hope you have a good time here, and a good time at your last stream. The entrance and exits both do exist. They are not connected doors. Do with that as you will. Ooh, haven't met Not Majima yet, but we have seen his face. Ooh. Oh shit, I'm poisoned. Yeah, I bet. First of all, I love how that entire game has just not beloved characters or known characters in the same role that they were in the original. Like, not Kiryu and not, God, I forget his name, but Kiryu's father figure in the original Yakuza. Quite literally in the same role. It is honestly kind of hilarious to me that it works oddly well. Like, it's a silly thing. It's basically the dev saying, we know you know that, but trust us. Met my brother who's not Nishiki, then we met Nishiki who's not my brother. God. And then they do something like this just to confuse us. Because of course. I suppose the only way to resolve this conundrum is the brother will have to be happy with being referred to as not Nishiki. And then Nishiki will be not brother. It's the only way to keep those two apart. It's not like they have any other identifying features. The trick of this gym, it took me so long to figure out because you can see like the dashed lines are actually where the invisible walls are, which is a lot easier to see on this screen than it was on the original Game Boy Advance. Alright. But yes, one thing I forgot to mention to anyone who came in is we are doing a challenge run of this game to prove that this series has always been horribly jank and barely put together, literally held together by prayers and duct tape. by going through the entire game with only using the starter Pikachu you get, no other Pokemon, and the 3-life Nuzlocke. So far, we've only lost one. At this point, we have such a level advantage over everything, I don't think we'll lose again. The closest we got was due to how weird status effects are. But if you get paralyzed and your speed dips too far below the opponent, it is so hard to get any moves in. Because they'll attack first. Oh god, another level. We were like level 50 when we started this. If you get paralyzed, then and your opponent's much faster than you in that state, then you are going to get hurt no matter what. Especially if it happens that the opponent has moves that are actually good against the electric type. Oh, we're also at that. There's always a point in games where it's hard to die. Like, either because you've been doing so much of the optional side content, there was something about it that was something about the combat or leveling or powering up mechanic that was fun enough to do that you kept on doing it and now you're overpowered. Or my personal favorite, your favorite weapon or strategy in the game happens to be horribly overpowered, and you don't know it because you've never tried any of the others. Alright, hope this hits. Oh shoot, that hit. Or what I usually run into is that after a certain point in games, you just kind of end up. Well, we're here, so we're going to fight you. But you just end up with so much acquired gear, recovery items, and equipment that, yeah, you could die if you weren't able to go into your inventory, eat 37 wheels of cheese that you got for the sheer reason that you think running around the map stealing cheese wheels is funny. Get back up to full, realizing, oh, I'm equipping my stealthy legendary armor. I need to equip my punch you in the face until you fall down armor. And then just come back up at full health and deck the dude. Oh wow. Can't believe he survived that. Which is largely my experience in Fallout games and Skyrim. Drop my balls. Didn't even think when reading that. Stop right there. Those walls have you frustrated? No, not really. You painted on the floor where they are, which I appreciate. I think the only thing they have that's dangerous to me in the slightest is Sand Slashes, because they're immune to electricity. However, dangerous is contextual, because Body Slam is largely, because of the sheer lack of moves available, especially good ones for special typing, that most of the moves in this game that are worth having are normal moves. And it's generally regarded that Body Slam is one of the better ones you can get because it paralyzes. Trust me, here's a hint. Look very closely for gaps in the invisible wall. Oh, this goes... There we go. Wahaha! Mere child like you dares to challenge me? Very well, I shall show you how true terror is a ninja master. Shall feel the despair of poison and sleep techniques. And you're going to feel the terror of being one-shotted by a glorified spark plug. Because I'm pretty sure that Toxic hasn't been introduced in the series in Gen 1. Or like the very badly poisoned variant of Poison, which actually deals a lot of damage and more damage after every turn. God. How many Venom Gnats do you have? This generation introduced the largest amount of poison Pokemon in the series, with about a third of this game's deck being, oh good, a Venomoth being poisoned. And you have these? Like, I guess they're rare, but Venomoth. None of the others. Not a Nidoqueen, not a Ghastly. That's poison. And I guess there's no... No, there are pure poison type. There's Grimer and Mux that are literally sentient clouds of... Koga, you frustrate and disappoint me. Proving your worth? You've proven your lack of worth. I say. Soul bed. And so your Pokemon increases. Okay, so the last time I checked, Ham Radio's Spark Plug was... Ham Radio's Spark Plug. Bleh. Defense was... Oh. Toxic does exist in this game. Cool. Toxic Pokemon suffer more and more battle stresses. Yeah, that's a good one. But it was about 90 or something. Oh, defense is 81. Never mind. Where's the way out? The one thing newer games have over the older ones in terms of gym design is the ability to get out quicker. Because especially with Sabrina Psychic type gym, it is so annoying to get out. Perfect health. Heal. That's pretty good. We got Silco. 2 gym badges. And we're supposed to get, like, literally the rest of the TMs. Wait, no. I want to put away items. I know you need strength. Like, you get Surf here, but you first need strength to get it. And then you can also get, this is the point of the game where you can get Fly. You get in there. You get in there. You get in there. You get in there. And you. But actually, given where we are, I think I'm going to end it a bit early. I've been still pretty tired and thinking getting a little bit more sleep might help. And also we're at a point where the next couple things we have to do are involves a lot of walking around, cycling up cycling road, going, finding a bunch of HMs and all that. I might do the survival or the Safari Zone on stream. Maybe not. We'll see. Let's see. Oh wow, a lot of cool people want to raid for a while. Atomic Heart. Someone's playing Atomic Heart. One pretty cool person playing Raft. We have 2 people making Gundam. Yeah, thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate everyone dropping in for all the raids, and I'll be live again next... Well, live is a strong word. I'll be streaming again next Thursday, playing Akami. Dang. And again, this is the... Wait, why am I making a decision? I have my D&D dice here. And I have these 4 people out along my tabs, one by one. Oh, sweet. Got a 1. We're raiding Roomba. Raid. They're doing some gunpla building. They're really cool, and it's a nice, fun stream to show up in. So again, thank you so much. I don't really have a raid message. The one I do have is a horrible prank that makes it look like it's got deleted by moderators, which it's fun for Eternal Darkness, but not everywhere else. So just say hi if you're looking for something fun to relax to. Then stay by and check them out. See ya.